All right, guys, next we have an amazing person that's coming on. He's going to be talking about the simple four-step process to sell and retain high-value clients for funnel services. Any of you guys out there selling funnels? You guys selling funnels out there? Can you guys drop a number 3 in the chat? Drop a number 3 in the chat if you've ever sold a funnel.
You will be by the end of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him on. I want to welcome my good friend, Mikael Dia from Funnelytics. What's going on, everybody? One in the chat. Break the chat, people. One in the chat. Let's go. Everybody? Let's go. Make some noise.
How's it going, everyone? How's everyone doing? Oh, there you go. The chat is lighting
up. Break the chat.
I love it. I love it. What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
Guys, I'm super pumped up. Mikael, brother, I'm going to let you take the floor. You're right here in my ear if you need anything, man. Enjoy, guys. Let's roll. Break the chat. One in the chat.
Let's do this. What's going on, everybody? I want to see that there's a lot of engagement. I'm going to share my screen right now. I want everybody to have some engagement. I want you guys to comment, to touch in on this. I did say that it was going to be the 4-step process. I actually simplified it and made it the 3 hacks to land high-value clients and have them pay you upfront fees and monthly retainers by selling funnels as a service. And I'm going to dive into this. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks that I've learned over the last 10 years of doing this stuff in the world of funnels. So again, my presentation is the 3 hacks to land high value clients and have them pay you upfront fees and monthly retainers. So this is what I'm going to show you over the next 35 minutes or so. Number 1 is, how do you package your offers for premium upfront fees and retainer fees, all bundled together? Okay, that's the first thing I want to show you. Second thing is, I want to give you a really, really simple hack to close these clients with ease. Like, honestly, it becomes so simple when they see what I'm about to share with you, and then they just say yes. They actually want to give you money. Number 3 is a way to retain these clients longer so that you have more stability and predictability in your business. So let me know in the chat right now if you want, which one of these 3 is most important to you? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? I want to see what you guys care about. I want to see it in the chat, and we're going to talk about all 3 regardless, okay? So for those of you who don't know me, who am I to tell you this? My name is Mikael Dia. I'm going to do a very, very quick kind of backstory so you guys understand who I am and what I do and why I do what I do. I've been doing digital marketing for 10 years. I have built 3 multi-7-figure online businesses across all sorts of, variety of spectrum, from an agency to a software to courses and coaching and consulting. I scaled my agency to over $1 million in 18 months, but the truth is I really struggled for the first 1.5 years. And I want to talk about that, and I'll share with all of that with you. Now, I've invested well over $1 million of my own money in ads, and hopefully profitably. I mean, otherwise I'd probably be in trouble. But let's go back to 2015 for just a second. I started my own digital marketing agency, and I say agency in like quotations because the truth was I really was just another generic freelance digital marketer, right? Like, honestly, us as marketers, like, we kind of look like this. We're behind this oil barrel or corn or coffee. Like, we're just another commodity at the end of the day because there's so many people teaching how to start, Facebook ads, or teaching you how to set up websites, and you go on Upwork and you see all of these people. And the worst part is I had to undervalue my skills because I was just seen as another marketer. It wasn't until I did these 3 things that I'm about to share with you that my income completely skyrocketed. And the truth is, look, talk is cheap, and I'm by no means sharing this to brag or anything like that. I actually just want to illustrate the point here that actually my income really was shit. Like, things weren't working for me. If you look right here at the very beginning in my PayPal statement, like, most of it hovered around $0. Like, some months we do okay and make like $5 grand, maybe 10 grand. And then something happened, something changed. And all of a sudden my income really started spiking. And if you look at my Stripe account, you can see my payments coming through, like $7,500, $7,500, $7,500, $10,000, $14,000, $30,000, $14,000, $9,000. On the next page, there's even one right here. If you look at this, $50,000. And if you look at the description, sales funnel built, 50 grand, right? 50 grand in one shot for a sales funnel build. This is what I want to share with you guys. And I'm not telling you this to brag or anything. Like, I've been in your shoes. I've been through the grind. Like, it's running a business is not easy, right? Building an agency, building a business is not simple. I know what it's like to have months where you make nothing and you like lay awake at night and sleep, and then some months where you make a few thousand and it just kind of keeps fluctuating. So I want to get your mind away from that. Okay, I'm just a normal guy. I wasn't born an entrepreneur. And I'm going to talk to you about a tool that I used and that I built to make this 3-hack process simple. In 2018, I started developing this tool. Who here knows Funnelytics? Let me know in the chat if you use Funnelytics. If you know Funnelytics, just give a 1 in the chat if you're part of the Funnelytics crew. By December 2019, so 2 years later, over 100,000 people from all over the world created an account. Our community grew to 25,000 people, and hundreds of people started sending us incredible testimonials about it. Ryan Stewman, Chad, all of these people that I respect. And the reason is because this tool really does simplify this 3-step process. So I'm going to show you how this 3-step process works. I'm going to show you a bit of the tool. It's not to sell you on it whatsoever. Like, it has nothing to do with that. I just want you to understand this concept. And as you see it, you'll understand why your clients will want to pay you more money. Okay. So let's dive into it. Hack number 1 is you need to package your offer as funnels as a service. That's what Faas stands for, and not marketing services. Okay. That's first hack. We'll talk about it. Hack number 2 is the simple pitch to easily close clients at these premium prices. Hack number 3 is how do you retain these clients for as long as you want? You do that by becoming indispensable. And I'm going to show you exactly how that happens. So let's talk about hack number 1. You need to start selling funnels as a service as opposed to marketing services. And here's why. Okay, Faas stands for funnels as a service. At least in my world, that's what it stands for. If you Wikipedia, it stands for like functions as a service, but we'll take that out and we'll replace it with funnels as a service. We want to sell funnels as a service and not marketing services. But the truth is, most agencies will sell random marketing services, right? Tactics like SEO, social media, content, Facebook ads, websites. They're just going to sell all of these random tactics. And I'm going to show you why that's such a problem in this day and age. Truth is, business owners could care less about the tactic, right? What they care about is, can you convert strangers into customers for my product or my service? That's it. That's all I care about. That's why I'm hiring you as a marketing agency. I want to make sure that you can convert strangers into customers for my product or my service. And to make that happen, that's where funnels come in, right? A funnel as a service provider will plan out the funnel, the steps that will convert strangers into customers. They'll build out all of the pieces. They'll measure the results by sending traffic to it, and then they'll optimize each piece until they reach a specific target. I'm going to show you exactly how that works. Now, it might sound like a lot of work, but there's a really simple way to simplify this process. Now, remember what I said. Business owners could care less about the tactics. They don't care if you do Facebook. They don't care if you build on ClickFunnels or if you build on other page builders. They couldn't care less if you're going to set up Instagram ads or YouTube ads or you're going to do content marketing. Is the thing going to get me strangers to convert into customers for my business? That's it. That's all they care about. And the truth is, they don't trust marketers, right? How many of you actually were just in the previous presentation, we just heard, like, how many of you have had people come to you and say, I've hired someone in the past and never got results? How many of you have that happen where you tried to close someone and like, man, I don't know. I hired people in the past and I never got results. And here's why. Because if you go on Upwork right now, you can find well over 5,000 freelancers and agencies ranging from $2.50 an hour to $500 an hour, selling you anything from social media marketing to content marketing to design to Facebook ads, Google ads, page building, SEO, anything, right? All of this, all under the same price. You can no longer just sell digital marketing services. It doesn't work. let's paint this scenario right here, okay? Imagine on this left-hand side right here, you've got this struggling business, right? This business owner is sitting there, he's struggling, and he's struggling because of his marketing, right? His marketing is not generating him the leads or the customers that he's looking for, right? Successful, if he was able to hit all of his desires, solve all of the pains that he wanted, it would generate, he would see more leads and more sales in his business, right? His calendar would be full. Maybe his classes, if they're a local gym, all of the classes are full. There's revenue coming in. If they're a course creator, sales are flying through while he's sleeping or she, right? That's what they're trying to do. The reality is these things right here, social media, content marketing, design, Facebook, Google Ads, page building, SEO, they do not actually bridge the gap, right? They don't take you from struggling to all of a sudden, I've got more leads and sales. But as a business owner, that's all I care about. Are you going to get me more leads and sales? Because that's what I want. That's why I'm marketing. I don't care about the whole, like how many posts you put on Facebook or how many blogs and how many visitors I've got to my website. That doesn't end in the thing that I care about, which is leads and sales, right? So it's your job as the marketer to bridge this gap. You need to figure out what are the steps that I need to put in place. What are the pieces of the puzzle that I need to put in place in order to get them the results that they're after? Funnels are built specifically to convert strangers into leads and customers. That's what they're here for, right? We sequence pages and steps together in order to convert strangers into leads and customers. So your job is to sell and implement funnels as a service to help your clients achieve their goal. So here's an example, right? Here's a funnel where you have Google Ads, Google Organic, whatever. It goes to a landing page. Then they go and complete a form on that landing page. Then you show them an upsell, and now they can go to an order form, or maybe they can go to the download page. But if they go to the order form, there's two options for them to purchase. By sending traffic to this system, you're starting to generate leads and sales for your client, the thing that they care about. So how do you actually build funnels? How do you actually set them up? What is the process? Well, there's 4 phases to this process, okay? There's 4 phases to deliver funnels that actually generate results. First is you need to properly plan your funnel. You need to understand who is their dream customer, who are they trying to target, what is their company supposed to be, what does the map of the funnel look like, right? So you need to plan it all. Then you need to actually go and build those pieces, right? Use ClickFunnels, use DashClicks to get it fulfilled, find copywriters on DashClicks, get your ads done. Everything that you want to deliver and build can be done through DashClicks, okay? Then you've got to actually start sending traffic to this funnel and measure whether or not it's working. This is where most people fail. This is where most things get caught up. Once you know what's working and what's not, you need to optimize the things that aren't. That's the game. That's the name of the game when it comes to selling funnels as a service. There are 4 phases. And I want you to keep these 4 phases in mind, because I'm going to show you how do you package your offer. How do you package what you sell to clients so that you can charge these really high premium prices and stack on these retainers through this 4-phase process. Okay? Hack number 1. Hack number 2 is the simple pitch to close clients at premium prices. So this is where I'm going to show you some really cool stuff behind the scenes. I'm going to walk you through a couple things here so that you really get a grasp of why this is so powerful. Okay, so I'm here on strategiccoach.com. Okay, I decided to just Google strategic coach in Toronto. Turns out Dan Sullivan's site showed up. But I look at this website, right? And I see that there's a whole bunch of navigation at the top. There's a whole bunch of navigation here. There's learn more, dates, download buttons, right? View. There's like probably 12 to 20 different places that I can go on. Yet there's one thing that Strategic Coach cares about. And it's this book a call page right here. That's the only thing that they truly care about, right? Like they don't really want people to browse around their website. They just want people to book a call, right? They want to move people through that process. So if I look at this book a call page right here, I see it. I'm like, okay, I land on this page and I can bounce around from this page to like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, another 20 different locations, right? This is what I want my people to do. This is the action that I want people to perform, yet I have all these options. So here's what I do when I talk to business owners, and this is what blows their minds, okay? I go to Funnelytics or any mapping tool, doesn't matter. I built Funnelytics to make this easy, but I go to a mapping tool and I start mapping out their actual website, right? I go and actually show them, here's your homepage, here's your book a call page. This is the thing that you want people to do, right? You want people to complete this form. And then you got your programs page, you got your about us page. There's just a couple of these up here. Here's what happens with most marketing strategies, with most marketing tactics. If I were to sell you digital marketing services, right? I would maybe sell you something like, I don't know, maybe Google ads, maybe some SEO, maybe I'll sell you some Facebook ads or something like that. Maybe I'll build a couple pages for you, right? Here's what happens. If I send traffic to this homepage right here, or if I start optimizing some SEO to get this homepage some more traffic, or some blogs some more traffic, or I send some traffic to this AdWords page, this is what happens. And again, this is me pitching to a client. This is me explaining to the client what's happening with their website. Because you need to understand, business owners are not marketers. They don't think like we do. They don't think about conversions and how do you get to the end result. They just care about this, right? They just care about people doing this thing. They don't understand what we do. So I explain to the business owner, and I say, look, this is what happens when I send traffic to, or when I do any of these services over here, and somebody lands on your homepage. If I look at this navigation up here, if I look at all of the options, this guy can go over to the book a call page, which is what we want them to do, or they could go to about us page, or they could go to the programs page. If they go to the programs page, they could bounce over to the about us page. They could bounce over to the book a call page, or they could hit back and go to the home page again, right? Now, if they're at the about us page, they could go to the book a call page. They go back to the home page, or they can actually go to the programs page. This is just a portion. And if they land on the book call page, even if I set up some direct ads to this book a call page, because there's this crazy navigation, this person can literally just bounce around and go back over here, right? They can go back over down to this about us, and they can bounce anywhere. They can go to our programs page. How are we supposed to guide somebody from search? If you sell them SEO, right? Or you sell them Facebook ads, but you're not going to help them with the whole conversion system, or you sell them AdWords. How is somebody supposed to travel from here and land here when this is everything that they can possibly do, right? It's a mess. It doesn't actually streamline the process. Instead, this is what we want. We want to be able to streamline what matters to us, which is completing an application. So instead of doing this craziness and building services around just trying to get more traffic to your website, we are going to build you a funnel, a sequence of steps that generates the thing that you care about. Okay, so what we're going to do is set up an entire page that shows the offer. We're going to put together a video for it. We're going to really explain what is it that they're applying for, right? What is the thing that they actually want to, the benefit for them as a customer. We're going to set up this page right here. When they complete an application, we're actually going to set up a calendar page so that they can schedule a call with your team. Then what we're going to do is we're going to actually send some traffic from Facebook to that page. And then we're going to retarget anybody who bounces off, and we're going to send them back to this page. And we're going to start to measure how well this performs. Now, the cool thing about this, and this is phase number 2. This is what I would say to a client. By the way, everything I'm saying right now, this is how I pitch to a client, right? I don't need a proposal. I don't need a step-by-step process. I can do it on a Zoom call like this, and their minds are like, right? Their minds are blown because they're like, I've never seen my website look like this before. I get it. I understand why I'm not getting any applications or I'm not getting people to complete my form. This makes total sense. I need to build a streamlined system. I get it. All of a sudden you stand out from everybody else because you've just given them an epiphany, right? Once they have that epiphany, you're the one that caused that epiphany. And therefore, guess what? They pull out their credit card and they're like, please help me do this. Okay. So if you want to blow their minds even more, this is what you end up doing. You end up going and saying, okay, we need to understand what kind of metrics we can hit, right? How much is it going to cost us for Facebook ads? How much is it? How many people should we expect to land on this page? How many people are going to complete this application, etc. And this is where you start asking your prospects some questions, right? You start asking them questions around, well, how much is a client worth? Right? Is a client worth $5,000 to you? How many do you normally close? Right? Oh, I close normally 1 in 3, right? Or 1 in 10, right? It's worth 5,000, but for every 10 applications that I get, for every 10 calls booked that I get, I close 1. Okay, so now what we can do, and this doesn't have to be done on Funnelytics. We built it for this specifically, but you can do it on a spreadsheet or whatever, but you want to explain what happens throughout the funnel. So what I can do is turn on my forecast layer and I can explain to the client a forecast. I can show them that if I go and spend $500 a day on Facebook ads at a $2 cost per click and another $30 per day at a $1.12 cost per click, then we're going to get about 275 people landing on this page, 1% application rate, which is pretty decent, right? For an offer of your type, is now going to generate us 3 applications a day. And I can start to explain to them how this breaks down. The minute they see the numbers, they now say, man, you're different. You're not just putting together a proposal telling me that you're going to post 5 times on Facebook and maybe this long-term gain will actually get me some more traffic in 6 months. Like, you're showing them precisely what you're aiming for, right? Based on numbers that they've given you. So in this particular case, hey, you close 1 in, let's say you close 1 in 10 and it's worth $3,000. That means that an application is worth about $300, right? So I can show you how many people every single day, how many people per month, how many sales you can expect, right? How many sales you can expect per month, what your revenue is going to look like, and your profit. Now you can start to explain and play with these numbers and explain to your client, this is what we're going to do for you. Okay. This instantly, I mean, it changes the game. It's like, they're like, man, wow, I've never seen this before. Okay. So this is the simple way to actually pitch funnels as a service. Now, I want to talk about pricing, right? It's important to price your funnels and your services properly. And again, we only sell funnels as a service because it needs to have the combination of actually driving traffic to a conversion system. Because again, they don't care about just the traffic. They don't care about just the websites. They care about the end result. And you can't get the end result without having both pieces. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. So there's 2 ways to price. There's result-based pricing and there's service-based pricing. And I'm sure you've heard about this a lot throughout this this summit, and you've been inundated with this mindset of result-based pricing and service-based pricing. But I want to punch it in again because it's important that you understand that if you want to charge more money, if you want to be able to sell a $50,000 funnel build, you need to do it based on result-based pricing, not based on service-based pricing. A service is me saying, I'm going to go and write your copy, set up your page, and actually like make it look pretty. Is that worth 50 grand? No. But if that page is actually generating me $100,000 of business, I'll pay you 50 grand, of course, right? So always price based on the result that you will get your client. To properly result-based price, you need to understand the transformation that you get your client. So what is both the personal and the business transformation that your client is going to go through. If I set up this system, and if this system works and it actually generates you leads or it fills up your calendar or gets you these sales for your course, where now in the middle of the night you see PayPal popping up on your phone, what does that mean for your business? But what does that also mean for you personally, right? What does it mean about what you can do for yourself? You need to understand both aspects, okay? So on the business side, how much is a customer worth to them? How many customers can you get them per month? How much money will it cost them? Is there at least a positive ROI? On the personal side, let me ask you this simple, very simple question. What's the difference between personal training versus losing 30 pounds? Pretty simple question, right? It might take 10 personal training sessions to lose 30 pounds. But what is 10 personal training sessions worth? I don't know, maybe $100 a session, $1,000? What is losing 30 pounds worth? Does that mean you can fit in your bikini? Does that mean that you can walk down the beach and feel better about yourself? Does that mean that you can actually fit in the wedding dress that you've always wanted? What does that mean? All of a sudden, it's worth way more than $1,000, right? Think about their status. Think about what does that mean from them from a status standpoint, okay? And then on the flip side, this is great to kind of get an understanding of how do you position it, right? You're positioning it based on the results. But as humans, we always have a logic brain that kicks in, right? And our logic brain will always start pushing, and they'll always say, well, man, $10,000 is way more than I've ever spent, or $50,000 is way more than I've ever spent. So our logic brain is going to start pushing us back. So now you have to create an argument that counters that logic brain. So ask yourself and ask them, how much would it actually cost them for them to do this on their own? Well, funnels take time, money, and expertise to execute properly, right? Strategy, finding the right marketing strategist would cost you $3,000 or more. Copywriting, really good copywriters can cost you $10,000 per sales page, right? Design, $1,000 to $5,000. Technical implementation, another $1,000 to $5,000. Videos, editing really nice videos, another $1,000. Ad management, if you're just going to get a Facebook ad specialist, they'll charge you $1,000, maybe $2,000 plus a percentage of ad spend. And they're not going to do shit all after that. They're just going to send you traffic, right? Split testing, optimizing pages, another $3,000. All of these things would cost a business owner thousands of dollars to do. Not to mention the fact that they now have to manage the entire process. They have to manage the entire team to make that a reality. So instead, what we want to do, and it looks like I made a few mistakes here, but what we want to do is explain to them that our team, our agency will take care of all of this, right? We will take care of the entire process. So how do we price it? Okay, well, we price it based on these 4 phases: plan, build, measure, optimize. So you have 3 options for pricing. Your first option is your full package option, right? Where you do plan, build, measure, optimize until we reach a very specific target, and it's all set into one set price. Then it rolls on to kind of monthly fees after that, right? So for example, you could do $25,000 split into 2 payments, right? We'll measure and optimize until we reach X result. So we'll measure and optimize until we reach our first 10 leads or our first 10 applications or our first 10 sales or whatever it may be. We do not pay for the ad spend. You take care of the ad spend, but we'll just keep working on it until we reach that number. Okay. Option number 2 is outcome-based pricing. So now you split it up based on projects versus retainers. So plan and build is one set price, while measure and optimize is the retainer. So you charge $15,000 to plan and build the funnel. And then you charge $3,000 per month for a minimum of 3 months to measure and optimize that funnel, right? To send traffic and optimize, okay? Another way to price it is ascension-based pricing. Not everybody's willing to drop $15,000 for a full plan and then build it. So instead, what you can do is bridge that gap. You can ascend, right? So you can say to somebody, look, before we start building everything, we need to really plan it out, right? We need to actually map out your entire funnel. We need to get to know who your dream customers are. We need to get to know your competitors and what they're doing. We need to get you to know you as a business, your tone of voice. We need to really map and plan everything out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our planning session. That's going to be $5,000 for a VIP day. We're going to spend the whole day with you. We're going to work through this. By the end of it, you're going to have a blueprint, right? You're going to have exactly what you need in order to move forward. From there, we can either build it, or us, right? Or you can take it and you can run with it as much as you want. It'll still be extremely valuable, right? Building it is $10,000. And then now we move on to that retainer package. We got in one of our programs, his name's Austin Ford. He's awesome. That's what he does, right? He sells VIP days as planning days. He sells them for $5,000. In fact, this one, he just put a very quick screenshot where he said his VIP day plus copywriting only for the funnel, $17,800. Like, that's it, $17,800. For just the planning. And guess what? That's him saying, I'm only charging you for those first two, for that first step and a piece of that second step, right? Now he can go and upsell them and keep pushing them down this path to actually like start measuring, start optimizing, start building the rest of the pieces. Okay, this is how you package it. Hack number 3. So this is about retaining your clients by becoming indispensable. What I want to do, again, is just pull up Funnelytics very, very quickly. And again, this doesn't have to be done by Funnelytics. Again, this is not for me to sell Funnelytics. I'm using it to illustrate a point. You can use spreadsheets. You can use, I don't know what you would, but you can use spreadsheets and all sorts of stuff to make that happen. So if I look at this, if I want to become indispensable to a business owner, there are 3 things that I need to do, okay? Number 1, is I need to show them results. Like that's the only thing actually I need to do is I need to show them results, right? Like they're not going to keep paying you if you don't show them results. But I also need to show them consistent improvements. I need to show them that we're moving towards that actual metric that we care about. So the idea is, okay, well, if I can go and show them some results, if I can show them the breakdown, I can show them exactly how much money we've made so far. So this funnel right here, this is actually for Funnelytics, not for a client, but this funnel right here in the last, I guess, month or so, so $26,000 of people have purchased and have gone through this path. I can see the actual numbers, but in order for me to show next steps, in order for me to show what we're going to do next, this is where being able to understand your predictions, your forecast versus your real data kicks in, right? So now I can go and actually show this client and I can say, look, this is where we are right now. This is my data right now. And our forecast said that we would be hitting these other numbers. So you can see that our real data is showing us 25%, but our forecast said 30%. So we're going to spend the next 2 weeks looking at ways to optimize this page right here so that we can get closer towards our forecast. By you keeping that client in line and them understanding where you're moving and what you're doing next, all of a sudden gives them confidence that you are the right team for them. You're not just continuously just posting on social media. You're not doing any, you're actually optimizing and moving closer towards a goal, okay? From there, you explain to them the evolution of this funnel. So this is what we started with, right? Very, very simple. Then we went on and added some cold traffic to this. Then next steps, by the way, in month number 2, this is what we're going to do. We're going to add an opt-in over here with some Facebook ads over here and an email sequence. So I keep stacking and I show the progress and the evolution of this funnel. And this is how we get people to continuously pay us $7,000, $7,500 a month because we're constantly building and improving and growing their business, right? But it all starts with actual results, okay? So let me just pop this back on and let me show you a couple things. I'm not sure how much time I've got left. It looks like I'm probably running out of time, but I want to kind of walk you guys through a very simple process. I got 2 more slides to show you optimization, to think about optimization. So this is the process, right? You run traffic, you understand existing data. Where are the conversions coming from, right? So you understand that, and then you benchmark that data and run forecast scenarios, just like I showed you, right? So if we're able to increase this number by 30%, what does that mean to our numbers, right? If we're able to increase this number by 20%, what does that mean? If we're able to add these upsells, how does that change, okay? And then you want to look at all of the different points of conversion. And there are 5 points for any optimization process, okay? There are 5 points. There's the conversion point optimization, which is the step right before the action that you want them to take. Okay, so an order form where the purchase happens, or an application page where the application happens. So there's the conversion point. Then there's the sales mechanism step, which is the thing that drives to the conversion point, right? So the sales page, the webinar, the mini class. Then there's your follow-up steps, right? Everything that follows up, your emails, your bots, your retargeting. There's the lead generation optimization. And then last but not least is the ad optimization. Here's a trick. Always start backwards. People think that you need to start with ads. Most people start thinking, if I could just increase my cost per click or decrease my cost per click and drive more traffic, the rest of the things will work. Incorrect. You need to work backwards. You always start by optimizing the conversion point, then the sales mechanism, then the follow-up, then the lead generation, and then the ad optimization. Always backwards. And the reason for that is very simple. I could go and buy traffic from India, for example, and it would break all of my numbers, right? So you need to start from the back. And that's it. This is your optimization checklist. And this is how you move through this 3 process. So these are your 3 hacks, everybody.
Amazing, guys. Make some noise, first of all, for Mikael Dia. 3 in the chat, 3 in the chat. Break the chat, break the chat. 3 in the chat. By the way, Mikael, I know you were being very pleasant about people not using Funnelytics, but I want to put my stamp of approval. Funnelytics is freaking amazing. So if you're wondering what the tool is, just go Google Funnelytics, go to funnelytics.io, I believe it is, right?
Funnelytics.io,
go use Funnelytics. It is amazing, guys. It's that whole mapping tool that you saw, mapping and analytics tool. So Funnelytics is, first of all, dude, you just came on with some fire. Guys, can we drop a 1 in the chat really quick if you thought that this was valuable?
And you know what the best combo, I'll just say this, Chad, the best combo is what you do is you use Funnelytics to map out the funnel, and then you use DashClicks to actually build all the pieces. So you don't have to, right? You get the fulfillment done.
I love it, man. Well, hey, Mikael, I'm assuming you're probably going to send them to Funnelytics, right? Is that a good place for them to find you?
Yeah. If you want to learn more about like agency stuff and fast agency about funnels, but otherwise funnelytics.io, man. Join us there.
Love it, brother. Hey, thank you so much, guys. Let's give one more time a round of applause. Drop a number 1 in the chat for Mikael. Thank you so much, brother, and we look forward to having you on future events, man.
Cheers,
Have a good one.
Peace.